I am here in Tank Warfare Tunisia 43. I'm about to test the capabilities and the general characteristics of the M3 GMC tank destroyer, which were used mainly by the 601st Tank Destroyer Battalion during the Battle of Guettar. I set up a very simple layout. I have some panzer force here in the lower right corner. They should be moving up to highway 15 all the way to the top, hopefully using the roads over there, and I'm going to be trying to engage them with these M3 GMCs. And the deployment is quite simple. I deployed all my tank destroyers in a lane over there. The red part is where the enemy tanks, mainly Panzer Mark IVs, are going to be deploying, and you can barely see it here. Let me move a bit towards it. This is highway 15. There is an accessory road over there, so the tanks are supposed to move from here all the way over there to the west. In this engagement, I will just simply move the tank destroyers towards the south in that direction, from the left to the right. There will be no finesse in the attack, although I'm aware that these tank destroyers work better in an ambush role. I just want to test how they work out and if their gun is enough for this job. And here we are nearby one of these tank destroyers. This is basically an M3 half track with a 75mm gun mounted on top of it. The 75mm gun may be enough to destroy some tanks. It may have some issues with the frontal armor of the Mark IVs, but who knows? Let's see how it works in the game. And the armor of this M3 is quite thin. I don't recall if it is quarter of an inch or half an inch. It doesn't matter. It will not stop a tank round by any measure. So that's why the better tactic to use it is just to put them in an ambush role. In this case, I'm just trying to test, if this 75mm gun can penetrate the armor of the Mark IVs or not. So the premise of this scenario is quite simplistic, and I'm not going to be using any specific tactics. I will just move to contact and start shooting the hell out of it. This is just a closed out view of the 75mm gun. I just wanted to show you this because you can see the rifling of the gun. Plus minus, of course, the anisotropic filtering issues that I'm having with my graphics card. But anyway, nice, cool touch that Gravity has added into it. So the initial orders were quite simple, just attack, which I'm equating to a move to contact type of thing. They're moving in line. So that one to the right is the command half track, has two 50 cal and 30 cal machine guns. The other tank destroyers proper, like subordinates of this command unit, they have the 75mm guns. One thing to notice that you may have seen and you're seeing over there is the difficulty that these guys are having moving through this sand. Apparently the traction is not very good. As soon as they run to a patch where there is more grass or more firm terrain, they will start moving ahead in a better way, which is a problem in this case, because I want to keep the troops online so they can unleash at the same time on the enemy tanks. Just work out caution regarding this. And the other thing is micro terrain, those small terrain depressions and rises in the terrain that may help to conceal and take and provide cover for the tanks that are very, very important. In general, if you take a bird's eye view of the battlefield, you will not notice them, but they are very important to take into account in cases like this, where, you know, a couple of meters of a small depression can provide a lot of cover and mean the difference between life and death for these tank destroyer curves, which you will see these are people from the 601st, which was originally an artillery type of unit. We'll talk about that maybe in another video. And an additional note, these M3 half tracks were notoriously difficult to drive. They had a tendency to throw a truck if they were pressed too hard into a turn. Right now, what I believe I'm seeing, it's just a difference in terrain, or maybe they're not able to keep it. They're trying to keep formation with the other tanks, so if one gets stuck, the effect amplifies to the other side. I don't know about that, but definitely they're not moving fast, which is going to be taken into which I'm going to have to take into consideration when I actually play this campaign for Guettar. So we are now in contact. Some tanks have been detected. They're moving in the accessory road, not in the Highway 15 probably. First shot. There we go. Let's zoom in to see what's going on over there.
Check weapons.
There we go. Wow, there is a tank on fire.
Eyes and ears open.
Remarkable. Very, very nice.
Enemy incoming.
And of course the enemy is shooting back at us. Wow, a lot of rounds coming out. I like the rate of fire is kind of cool. Yeah. Multiple hits. I see a crew running. They're pretty much 3 times down. I don't believe this. They're down to 1 tank. Let's take a look what's going on. Now, this is how it looks from the German point of view. Wow, multiple hits. Wow, this one, the other tank in the rear. This ammo is cooking off. And this other tank is receiving so many hits. His engine is on fire. The tank is moving by itself. It's just rolling down. This gear must be neutral. And that's it. That's it, guys. Well, they asked it for a truce. Too late now. It seems like we bagged it with 4 of them, which is quite remarkable. I'm looking forward to see where the hits did happen. So let's go into the statistics or after action review window. Total victory. We didn't lose any of our tank destroyers. 5 operational out of 5 starting, and they lost their 4 tanks. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look at this and let's see what hits happen at what distance and what is the damage for the enemy tanks. Boom. This is the scene after combat. I'm just browsing the casualties and the hits that the tanks took. Over there in the background, our tank destroyers. Right here you can see the destruction that came upon the German tanks. There is a lot of scattered crew members here and there. Let's take a look at the tanks individually. Of particular interest, I want to see the distances and what type of damage was done to them. So this tank took apparently 2 hits from our guns, 600 or 700 meters was engagement range for each one. Apparently there were partial penetrations. One took the driver, the gunner, and the loader. Second one, or I believe it's the first one, actually took out the transmission. This other guy got the engine destroyed, and another hit a bit closer. This tank took damage to the gunner, the loader, and the transmission. Good kill. This one over here, a shell was broken there in the top. This one ricocheted. This one, I don't know, trigger what it means. And this one took a hit to the engine, which caught fire, by the way, which was pretty cool. And this other poor fellow, well, there was damage to the engine. That's a bit strange on the top one. But all in all, there were hits to the rear of the tank. So it was, the engine probably caught fire. Pretty cool. And as for our tanks, well, not a single shot to them. If you review them individually, you will see that, wow, there's no damage at all in any of them. I guess I have been a lot lucky, because there was a reason why these vehicles, these M3 GMCs, were called the purple heart boxes. They could take so many casualties. So indeed, if you see and you read about the Battle of Guettar, you will see that they took a lot of damage. The 601st Tank Destroyer Battalion lost like 20 of these vehicles, but they made a good killing, which appears to be consistent with the figures that I got here. But you know, a lot of luck may have been involved into this. So that's it. That's what I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Like it or not, post a comment, and subscribe if you would like. Thank you for watching.